Okay, so anybody that's followed my channel for very long know that I do these walkthroughs of the Autel MS906TS. That's my main scan tool that I use to troubleshoot cars with. And I've needed a backup for quite some time. And I ordered me one of these XTOOL D8 scan tools. So we're going to unbox this. We're going to see what it's like. We're going to go through the very first startup and update, and you're going to start seeing a lot more videos comparing this tool to the Autel 906. Basically, I want to see what this tool is able to do versus the 906. If it's pretty much a head-to-head even match, or if there's going to be things that this is able to do that the Autel can't, and vice versa. Now, right off the bat, I do know that this is not a Bluetooth scan tool. It's tethered with a cord, which is fine. That's fine for a backup for me. Here, before too long, I'm going to have to send my Autel off to have the screen replaced on it, and I need something to be able to use until I get it back. But with that said, let's go ahead and open this up and let's see what all you get in it, and then we're going to start it up, connect to the Wi-Fi, do the first update, and take a quick look, and then we'll hook it to my truck and just do a quick scan through it to see what all it's showing. Now, right off the bat, this box is heavy. This is not a light tool. I actually think it's heavier than my Autel. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean anything good or bad. It does mean that it's not just a plastic case with one little tiny microchip in it. It does come with a blow molded case. D8 Smart Diagnosis System. XToolTech.com. Okay, so of course you got your little instruction book there. USB to USB cable. This is the OBD2 cable that you connect to this cord, and then the other end of the cord connects to the scan tool. Does come with a European plug, which we'll chunk that over in our junk box. Then of course, here's the adapter for charging it up. Comes protected with a nice piece of foam. All in all, it feels nice. It feels rugged. Got a kickstand. Does have a camera with a flash. That's just a logo, looks like. Got the on-off button where you're going to connect the OBD2 cable, charge port. There's the USB. Nothing on the bottom. Okay, so for the first, you know what, I'm going to get this set up and we're going to turn the lights out. That way you guys will be able to see a nice crisp. Lights out. I'm going to push the power button. Nice little graphics as it boots up. Yeah, the advertising on the web page says that this is able to program keys, which the Autel can do. Program, initialize windows in certain makes and models, fuel injectors. What else? Now, I'm going to be interested to see if it's able to program tires. So we'll hook up to a vehicle, Ford or Chrysler. The Autel is able to program tire sizes. So I'll be interested to see if it's able to do all that. So we're going to hit English. I guess it's already selected, so we'll hit next. Okay, start activate. Okay, I'm going to put in my password real quick, and then I'll come back to you. Let me type in my email. Have to check that I have agreed to all the liability there, and then hit OK. Well, they got pretty graphics. Hopefully the important stuff is going to do what we want it to do. Now, it did say on the website that for some vehicles, the EEPROM adapter may be required for programming some keys, pulling pin codes, and correcting the mileage on clusters. So I don't know if that's definitely going to be something that's going to have to be added to this to be able to do those cars, or to do all cars, or just certain cars. But we're going to find out. What I'll do first is I'll compare this side by side to the Autel on the vehicles that we have, and then as I get vehicles in to work on, I'll do a side by side comparison then, and we'll see what capabilities this has versus the Autel. Okay. I guess the first thing that I want to do is we're going to go to updates. Do you want to install an update to the existing application? Your existing data will be lost. The updated application will get access to. Let's hit install. This will be the latest and greatest as of what is today, the 17th of November, 2021. App installed. Do I want to hit done or open? I'm going to go ahead and hit done. I'm assuming it's going to take us back. That's not what we want, so we got to find the guy just took a screenshot apparently. Let's go back to home. So it looks like it does have Bluetooth built in it, but it is not a Bluetooth VCI. Okay, that's the web browser. Okay, so what we want, I'm thinking, is this diagnosis. So here's the main page with what's installed on this as of right now. So of course we got Adobe Acrobat, we got a calculator, a calendar, a camera, clock, the diagnosis, which I think is the XTOOL, diagnosis software, downloads, email, endoscope. I do have an Autel scope. I might plug into this to see if it actually works. ES File Explorer, Gallery, Message Manager, Quick Support, Settings, and Sound Recorder. So let's just click Downloads just to see what's in the case. So there's nothing downloaded. That's kind of what I thought that was going to do, and I don't know, how do you get out of this? Guess we'll just have to hit that. Okay, we're going to hit Diagnosis. We're going to hit Updates again. So now this is interesting. Diagnosis Nissan pin data. That's very good to see, because you do have to have pin codes to be able to program keys for Nissan. How about Chrysler? Diagnosis Chrysler. I'm hoping it's going to be able to pull pin codes on Chrysler. So there's Dodge Diagnosis version 8.54. What was that Chrysler? Chrysler 8.54. So that's probably the same exact. So I'm just going to go ahead and start hitting a couple of these. I'm going to download these. I'm not going to. In fact, I'm just going to hit Updates All right down here at the bottom. These are all going to download from Xtool's website, and then we'll come back and keep on going. Okay, before we sign off here until this gets downloaded, let's just look at some of these, because here's a special function instrument cluster. This is supposed to also correct the speedometer on some vehicles. Of course, I don't know what vehicles it's going to be able to do that to. Even the Autel has an icon on, or an option on some vehicles that would make you think you can do that. But every vehicle I've experimented with just to see if that would come up, none of them has actually been able to come up to a screen that would allow you to change the speedo, or the odometer rather. There's window initialization. Bentley. Immobilizer. Now I guess that's just a generic immobilizer software that is, that's got all the different cars built in that is able to use that, I'm assuming. You'd think Chevrolet and GM would be the same. In fact, 11.3 didn't we see GM somewhere? Oh, Diagnosis GM 11.3. So 11.3 GM and Chevrolet, same. That's going to be the same software. This does have 64 gig of internal ROM. I think my Autel, I can't remember if it's 16 or 32. And on the Autel, there's so much data now that you have to have an SD card in it to be able to do a full update on everything. Otherwise, you've got to remove some vehicles to make room to download others. The Nissan GTR, it's got its own little option right there. TPMS reset, Lincoln, BMW, GMC, 11.3 for the GMC. So I don't know if it's going to actually have to download that multiple times, or if it just downloads that 11.3 one time and it covers all GM vehicles. Ford. Now Jeep and Chrysler is the same thing, so 8.54, that was the same as the Dodge and the Chrysler. Seat calibration, headlight, okay, you can actually click on them and read what the new update does. Showing 63. I'm not seeing the Nissan. There's the Nissan, but I'm not seeing the Nissan pin. Oh, there it is. Pin data. Yeah. Okay, so once this gets completed, I'll be back. Okay, we're back. All software is up to date. So we'll back out of that. Of course, we'll just start over here on the left. We're going to go to special functions, and this is supposedly all the special functions that the tool is able to do on vehicles. Probably two of the more interesting ones that a lot of tools will not do is obviously key programming. So let's click on key programming. Got a little liability disclaimer there. So here's all the, just because it's listed here obviously does not mean that it would program a key for any of these vehicles. But let's take one that is generally complicated. Now this is not hooked up to a car, so I don't know how far into it it's going to let us go. But let's just go with the Chrysler, because the Chrysler you have to have a PIN code from a certain year. There's year ranges. Okay, so you got Immobilizer, fob, proximity, remote. I'll go ahead and click this, but I doubt. Okay, so we got auto and manual. Okay, so you got the different CAN types. Of course, you can just do CAN auto. Now, something that I did notice. Let me share this with you real quick. Whenever you see this icon, if you look up here in the upper right corner, you see a PDF. I didn't mean to touch it. A PDF symbol. If you click that PDF symbol, it will open up a PDF file that tells you what that particular app or icon is capable of doing. Now, this is the Chrysler Immobilizer. Does not give a year range. Well, I guess it does down here. It doesn't right here. Right here, system type Immobilizer, Phobic, F-O-B-I-K, I guess, WCM module. If you click right here, or you look right here, manual CAN auto, it does say read PIN code. I am very interested and hopeful that this will read a PIN code. There's been a lot of jobs that I was not able to do with my Autel because I'm not able to read the PIN codes on Chryslers. Of course, it goes down through your different CAN types and what the different CAN types are able to do. 2015, 200, 300 says read PIN codes there. So anyway, I guess until you actually get it hooked to a vehicle, you're not going to know for sure. Another one is obviously Nissan. Nissan obviously needs pin codes. I saw the Nissan GTR, but where's just the regular Nissan at? Well, while we're here, let's do BMW. Okay. Disable and read. Mobilizer, manual select. So I don't know, I'd be interested to know if this would actually program a key for BMW. If it does, my Autel will not. Where's Nissan? Toyota, the Autel will program a key for Toyota, no problem, so I know that Toyota's, surely this one would probably do the key. Okay. Mazda. Nissan. I know, you guys probably saw that 3 different times and was getting frustrated. Well, that's kind of cool. Got a pin calculator. Pin 1, 4 pin code. Or type 1, 4 pin code. Type 2, 4 pin code. Type 3, 20 pin code. Please input BCM code. Well, now that's nice. Let's click help just to see what help says. Okay. Type 1 is suitable for Nissan before 2013, which is equipped with BCM. First read BCM code, then input the 5-digit code into equipment, then you can get the pin code. It will show 2 pin codes. Generally, after 2009 years uses the new ones. Before 09 years uses the old one. You can also try each one. Type 2 is suitable for older car models with the separate immobilizer ECU. Then the pin code can be calculated. So type 1, okay, so it's got type 1 and type 2 there, but it doesn't talk about type 3. Please input BCM pin code. So, yeah, I don't know. Read BCM code and release steering lock for pin code. Program keys. China only partially in Europe. Huh. So does that mean... I don't know. Next time I get a Nissan in here, we'll go through some of that. As Mitsubishi. Okay, we're going to get out of key programming. Let's go to instrument cluster, just to see if it actually does anything. Again, I'm not hooked to a vehicle. Once we kind of go through just the options right here, I'm going to end this video, and I will make another video hooking it up to my GMC. I've got a 2016 GMC. We'll hook it to that, and we'll see what it'll do. Okay, instrument cluster. I don't know. Let's just click one of these. Let's click we'll just do Chevrolet. Silverado. Okay, it's got all the way up from 97 all the way to 2017 on. It's showing. Saying mileage adjustment. I don't know if this would actually adjust the mileage or not, but change mileage. Yeah, I don't know. Interesting for sure. Okay, so that was special functions, report, file manager, data playback, diagnosis report, remote control. That's for support, I believe. Now, of course, updates. Setting just goes in language. You got your units, workshop information. You can put in your shop information, VCI information. Let me see if that is the current VCR firmware, 32772. I did verify that this is 2.4. Okay, it says update needed. Okay, update VCI firmware. This is 2.4 gig and 5G and 2.4 5G capable Wi-Fi. 32772 still looks like it's the same one. I wish it had the symbol for Wi-Fi. It does say make sure you have a good Wi-Fi signal for updating the VCI firmware. I don't know how good the signal is out here in the shop. It says completed, so let's back out of that real quick. We'll go back into settings. I don't know. I'll have to play around with that once I get in. Once I get inside and got a better connection. And then of course about. It's got your app information, serial number of the device. So, extended functions. Oh, I did hook my Autel endoscope to the scanner here. It didn't even light up. Didn't even try to come on. So, apparently the Autel endoscope won't work. I don't know what the xCloud is. And that's pretty much it. Of course, auto scan and diagnosis, we'd have to have it hooked to a vehicle. So if you hit the home key here, it takes you back to just your desktop. And then if you hit that button, there's all the apps that's currently on the tool. So anyway, I know this video has gotten longer than what I was anticipating. That's just a quick general look of right out of the box what you're going to get, what you're going to have to deal with. So the next video that you see will be hooked up to a 2016 GMC Sierra.